as opposed to this big old blue Yeti, or not blue Yeti, blue snowball mic, because that's the one that you'd think it would use.
Yeah, no, that was, yeah. It was very much a.
So I pulled up a whole bunch of information on the episode, because why not?
Likewise, I wanted to know who was responsible.
Oh yes, it is Adam Beechen.
And boy, is there a lot to say about him.
I did you look through his list of stuff he's written for?
Oh yes, indeed. Welcome to the pre-show, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Welcome to the pre-show. We will discuss these. So and I mean, obviously, you'll have watched the Sonic Show video of the main episode if you're watching this on LMC. Hi. But obviously, when we get the opportunity, it's not all the time, we'd like to watch the episode first, if not sort of one or two or even three times, just to see things that you may not necessarily see on the first time. And obviously, we take the opportunity to look up who was responsible, to praise, or alternatively to go,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we've got the stuff here. So Adam Beechen, who has quite the resume.
Yeah, there's a lot, but it's like usually only one episode from a lot of shows.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. So I mean, we had the usual suspects for when we look these things up. So there was Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc., which I just swear existed just to give all writers everywhere the opportunity to make a living off one episode.
Hey, can you hear me now, guys?
Yes, we can hear you now.
We can hear you now. So
okay. My mic was on mute the whole time.
Ah, well, there we go.
We just thought you were quiet.
Nah, sorry about that. I was like, why can't you hear me? I'm talking. But yeah, so Mike Beechen, or Adam Beechen, or whichever you call it.
Adam Beechen.
It's a very bitchin' episode.
That's the best way to go about it, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. as usual. If you've been watching, listening into these, if you want to know, did he do Beware the Batman? The answer is yes. He also did two of the other Batman series as well. So he did The Batman, and I forget what the other one was actually from this, but Brave and Bold. So those are the three the three Batman series he did an episode on. Wild Thornberrys.
Oh wow, he done the Wild Thornberrys.
The Wild Thornberrys did 1.5 episodes of Rugrats.
How do you do half an episode? If you don't mind me asking?
An episode which is split up into two sections.
So, like, when one episode, it's like two episodes, but like one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like two shorter stories. He did like half of one of those.
Right.
He did one episode of the Tom and Jerry show.
He's certainly a one-hit wonder at the moment.
One episode. In fairness, he also did several episodes of Johnny Test,
which is an absolutely terrible show. So,
however, he also did several episodes of Jackie Chan Adventures, which is a much better show.
Yes, that is a good show.
That balance it's almost the same amount of episodes, so it's like he balanced it out.
Is it bad at first? I thought you said it was actually Johnny Quest.
No, Johnny Test. I wish it was Johnny Quest, because that would be quite awesome, depending upon which iteration of Johnny Quest it was. But no, Johnny Test. He's the producer on the upcoming, or if not, it's already out. I don't know. But he's the producer on the new Transformers animated series, Transformers: Robots in Disguise.
Interesting.
I've seen that show in GIF form in many times, and it looks weird art style wise. So, but we'll see how it actually goes. Maybe if he's not writing it, it won't be so bad.
Well, if we're going art style wise, at least it's nothing compared to the whole new Thunderbirds. Oh, go. The
I've
new
s-
CGI wonder that
Well,
no
what
one
are you
ever
gonna?
wanted.
I actually have no problem with this because come
Did you
on,
not see what they done with with Captain Scarlet?
yeah. I mean, actually, the first episode wasn't bad of that, and then it sort of just fell away. I mean, the new you've got to repackage it somehow, and it's going to have to be just because of the way the modern TV landscape is. It's going to have to be in CG. Actually, it's a mix of CG and then like
Still
real
frame
still
animation.
place with like proper like playset stuff, which I'm interested to see how that will work. It's got a very interesting voice cast, but that's neither here nor there really. That's but yes, Thunderbirds. People getting very upset about Thunderbirds being redone because Jerry Anderson's going to turn over in his grave, and it's like, well,
and it's funny because I am sure like maybe 6 people in North America are actually concerned about that. Thunderbirds, I think we only ever got the Thunderbirds live action movie, and
yeah,
that
well
was
that,
it.
that that's
we feel
unfortunate.
sorry for you.
Yeah, we do feel sorry for you for that.
So that's about it. So that doesn't really. I've seen a lot of people getting mad at it, but I'm like, okay.
I just think it's notable for 2 things. Number one, you had Ben Kingsley being the Hood, which is actually a fantastic piece of casting in theory, and then him just like being the most ridiculously camp over the top villain you could possibly be, / phoning it in. And it was also directed by Jonathan Frakes, who is much better known as Commander Riker
Oh, really?
in Star Trek: The Next Generation and subsequent Next Generation movies. Yeah, that was one of his directorial credits. Yeah, guys, so going back to this, according to his Twitter, he does blogs for the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
Fine. He is, quote, an accredited recreational bowler.
Oh, huh, that's interesting.
I don't know where he got his accreditation from. He's done some stuff for the Nerdist, for the Writers Panel, for the Comics Edition. And speaking of comics, he co-wrote the Countdown event for DC Comics. Which is a pretty major event there.
Was it a good event or a bad event?
That really depends upon your point of view of Countdown.
I don't touch DC with a 10-foot pole, so
Yeah,
Which obviously now on all the great DC classics like
he has written a lot of other comics as well. He's written some Justice League Unlimited, not Justice League Unlimited. No, actually, he has. Teen Titans he's done.
I lied. I like Teen Titans. So there's that.
I'm not sure which iteration of Teen Titans it is.
It says Teen Titans Go, but the Teen Titans Go comic was more similar to regular Teen Titans.
Oh, that's
where
okay
the
then.
Teen Titans Go cartoon is the super deformed one, which gets way more hate than it should, and I actually really enjoy it.
I think the problem that the reason why Teen Titans Go gets so much hate is actually because of the pre-existing Teen Titans cartoon which they axed, which actually had like an ongoing story, and it was kind of similar in a way to with the dynamics between the team and the stuff being built up over the time. It was very similar to the spirit of the old Batman animated series and Justice League Unlimited.
No, I watched it and I enjoyed it, but then when the new one came out, I don't know. I felt like, yeah, it's different, but I think it's it's not bad that they decided to go a different route.
Absolutely, but yeah, so he was responsible for an event which will. Yeah, it is talked about a lot. Countdown, I suspect. But I can't remember what side the general comic fan falls on it. I rather suspect it's more thought of as negative, though. Dear.
Here's a fun fact about the Sonic Boom episode. It came out on the 17th of December in France, but the 17th of January in the US. What a crazy coincidence.
Well, I've got something another thing before we even start, which is that I'm going to save this for the actual episode, but it's to do with the person responsible for the storyboard, who's also got credited on the beginning of the episode. So.
Okay, sure. We'll put that into the episode. That'd be cool.
We will save that. But Gaston Juliet also did storyboards for a number of companies, including Disney, and he also worked on Mysterious Cities of Gold. So well done, Gaston. I approve of this immensely.
Well done, Gaston. What?
Gaston.
Gaston.
Gaston Juliet.
The
no
fact
one
that
does
he's
better screen
worked
time
with
like
Disney.
Gaston.
He's worked with everything. Judging by
That's
his
amazing.
credits on his blog, he's worked with everything. He's not on IMDb, strangely enough.
Oh,
Which
If
is
it's not on
strange.
IMDb, he's lying. Apparently,
No.
according to internet.
no, anyone can write anything on IMDb. It is like one of the least, like, unless it's someone putting in their
think
own
you'll
stuff.
find that people who
it's
are
like,
I think you'll find, Tanner, that people who are listed on IMDb are incredibly talented and handsome individuals.
okay, I know where this is going.
Kevin, is it because you're on there?
That may be the case. I
I
don't know.
found your page. I found your page.
I'm listed on like 4 things, and like one of them's wrong.
Which one's the wrong one?
Well, I'm listening. I actually added something in a little while ago just to see if it would actually allow me to add something.
Yeah.
Because it feels bad. It's like if I'm going to be there, I want to be there for like my whole range of stuff, as opposed to being there for part of a compilation of games. I was because I'm down there for like Space Channel 5 Part 2, which I only worked on as part of like the digital making, the digital stuff that they did in like 2009 or whatever it was for the Dreamcast collection. And it's crediting me for the original game in 1999, which is great. So it's like I'm credited on this game like 8 years before I did anything for Sega now. But what can you do, eh? It's the internet, and the internet has its crazy views. Yeah, it is quite a thing. Right? Do we have an episode link, everybody? Do you all have an episode link?
I have the one that was put previously in our chat,
Yep. Lovely.
which is good that we all have the same one.
Yep.
Where is
Are we
it?
still planning on waiting for the D-Man, or?
It would actually be beneficial if for some reasons if he was on this. And it's connected to what I was mentioning earlier. That I was
Okay.
trying to say.
Has anyone
So-
got the link? Because I can't find.
Well,
It's just on the Facebook chat. Scroll up.
To where? To his Facebook video. No, wrong one.
Yeah, it's above that one.
Is it?
Yeah.
yeah, episode 9.
Like Donnie linked it
Oh,
at
that
like
one.
the beginning of the day or something.
Yeah.
So
my
actually, so guys on the guys still on the pre-show before we get to this. We do have some housekeeping from episode 8 that we need to go through from Eggheads, which was a much better episode. Which was our comments, or my comments, I should say, regarding asking Mike Pollock whether or not the panini was also classified as an evil food. If you remember, we had this discussion. Mike did come back to us over the YouTube comments and has confirmed that the panini was only mildly antisocial. So
thank you, Based Mike.
it is not an evil panini, it's just a mildly antisocial panini. Hey, it could be a Sonic fan.
That needs to be put somewhere on a wiki because that is official word of God
Oh
information
yeah,
now.
that's word of God. Unless of course you're on a Sega board and would like to discuss that and debate and say no, he's wrong because I know better. Because
That may be word of God, but I'm a Sonic atheist.
yeah. Unless this comes directly from the head of Sonic Team, I don't believe it. And if
I can't believe it's not butter.
Can you?
Well,
Mike also confirmed, because there was that long period of speech in that episode, if you recall, where Sonic was dashing around and doing things, and they were setting up the two lasers or whatever it was it? He was discussing stuff while Sonic was trying to sort out the getting the evil cookies sorted. I was getting mixed up with the other episode with the intern, and he has confirmed that the script only said the first line of that, and the rest was simply him.
I hope there's more things like that, more room for improvisation in the future. Because if you actually listen carefully to what he's saying, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that you could just let Mike just go, just go. One of the things that actually we've discovered in this series, and it's very much confirmed by the last act of this episode, is that whatever Mike Pollock is being paid at the moment, like, give him an extra 10% on top of that. He is your 10%? Go-to guy to make an episode better or to save an episode.
As we shall see, unless you're watching this after you watch the commentary in which you have seen.
Yeah, in which case you're nodding at this and going, they're probably going, yeah, maybe even 12 or 15.
I was worried when, like, I was about 70% of the way through the episode. I'm like, is this going to be an episode completely without Eggman? Is this what an episode without Eggman is like?
Yeah,
and then
yeah, it very noticeably becomes better the minute you hear like the absolute nanosecond that you hear Eggman's voice, the episode becomes better. If you haven't gathered yet, the episode, we come back, Buster. Come back, Buster. All is forgiven, Buster. You may come back. You may be repeated as many times as you like.
So long as this episode doesn't replace Buster as, like, the one they keep replaying, it's like, that would be bad. Yeah. That would be really bad.
So in summary, and I said this to the guys on Facebook, Buster had charm.
Yes.
It had a lot of rubbish, but it also had charm. This episode has...
none of that.
No.
I mean, the few things you might get from it are a bit more of, like, Sonic and Tails' brotherly relationship, kind of, and Sonic's quick wit. But other than that...
I don't think you even had any of Sonic's quick wit.
Yeah, I was about to question that as well. Sonic's just... There is...
not that much.
There is not that much. There's a lot. There's a very big obvious plot hole. In terms of they're sort of kept there for a very very flimsy reason, and this entire episode could be wrapped up within
5 seconds,
literally about 20 seconds. It really could. There's a lot of design issues. There's just issues everywhere. This is not the best episode to come back on after a big break. It really needed to come back on a stronger
It's the rise of
episode.
lyric of the series so far. It's the rise of lyric series of the series so far.
I'd actually say so, because I think that this episode, like, not like super in theory, but more like in writing, like in terms of concept alone, could have been okay. But
there's potential.
It just wasn't yeah, there's potential, but it just wasn't.
Whilst Buster was the 06 equivalent. So obviously it's one episode.
Buster still existed after it was finished. Buster didn't write itself out of existence, which Sonic 06 did, which frankly was, in a way, was the neatest piece of writing ever in the Sonic series, because you took a game that was disappointing, but it was so aware of itself that it actually wrote itself out of existence and made it so that technically it never happened at all. Whereas Buster still existed afterwards, and has the potential to be probably one of the few episodes that is likely to have a direct sequel somewhere down the line.
I just want to see Buster just walking around with his little knapsack in the background of an episode.
I need to get we need to get an animation done, which is just like Buster just with his bindle, just like going through various lands, just traveling.
We'll probably get an episode like that, or Buster will be like, "Where's Wally" of the series for now.
Can you imagine if like we get a Buster-centric episode later and it's just him walking the earth? And like because he's a robot, he never ages. So it's like he just sees the earth grow cold and die, and he's wandering forever.
You know, Tanner, if that does happen, there's one thing I must say has to be done. It needs to be voiced by David Attenborough.
I don't know who that is.
David Attenborough is like, he's the brother of the late Richard Attenborough. He's also basically every single nature program done by the BBC for the last 40 years has been voiced over by David
Mr. Attenborough.
Yeah, he's just like the voice of natural history.
Oh, I think I might know who this is. Let me Google
Here is Buster. Buster walking the desolate plains, seeking
really
some point to his existence.
Okay.
A trail of frozen vomit sticking out of his mouth. The effect is still crap.
You know I'm never going to be able to listen to David Attenborough again without thinking of you, Kevin.
That is very kind. But yeah, anyway, we may go sans Donnie, I think, because it's.
We're gonna probably end up having a Jono scenario all over again. He's gonna come halfway.
No, Johnny was in the last episode. I just forgot to list him as he was a participant when we started.
It was because he came in halfway through the conversation. Well, during the episode, we're like,
there was that as well, wasn't there? Okay. Has Donnie given any indication that he's conscious after yesterday?
I think he's completely conked out. Which, hey, let him sleep.
Yeah. From the time of recording yesterday, we had Western Supersonic in the UK, and Donnie was commentating for 7 hours, mostly on an empty room.
I was meant to attend it, but I couldn't make it due to funding.
Oh,
I was there. Didn't you guys see the picture on the Twitters?
Oh, you didn't come.
I was there.
I know. I saw the picture, and you didn't come and say hello. I was most upset.
Well, you see, warping makes me look kind of strange. So, plus I wasn't dressed for the occasion. I was in a Hawaiian shirt.
So you'd stolen Beeche's outfit as well. My goodness. I still think that. I'm still surprised, having been at Jamie's the other day, I'm surprised he doesn't have like a cardboard cutout of you to take around to these events. He really should. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay, let's do this thing again. Okay?
Sure.
I'll give you a countdown and to then press click, make sure you got episode 9 up.
Yep.
Let me just put the volume down of this so it doesn't come up too much. I'm sure Jamie is pleased and at the ready. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, click.